Baseball is dead.
Rest in peace.
I'm going to get yelled at no matter what I say right now. And it's because
well, choose your words wisely.
I'm going to choose my words wisely, but I'll start by saying this. I've heard from multiple fan bases over the weekend, and multiple fan bases have essentially threatened me by saying, you better start Monday's podcast by talking about Team X. You better start the podcast talking about what's going on here. And so, listen, I'm going to, as we're going to be doing every Monday morning podcast, I'm going to throw it to the panel. Everyone's going to come to the table with the story that they would like to discuss from the weekend. But as far as where I start, I mean, we've got options here. And what you look very confused, Dallas. There's plenty of different avenues that we could go in terms. What's the leading story? I agree with them. That there's more than one.
So do I.
Okay.
So do I. There's a lot. I guess my look is my look of perplexion is really a combination of perplexion and curiosity. I'm curious as to where the other guys might think there's ways to go, because I'm going to tell you right now. I just left a place where if I hear a fucking door slam at this point, I start to fucking go into shakes and shivers, and I start to look around and hit the deck and shit. Like a lot of hard, loud noises in a row could scare me right now. Mm-hmm. So I know I've got a place that I think we could start, but that might not be the place that I think we could start. There's another place that I think we could start out in the middle. I mean, I'm just saying.
A couple different places. By the way, Tampa Bay Rays have a 950 OPS as a team to start the year. Very sustainable. Besides the Oakland A's embarrassing themselves at Tropicana Field.
It's more about the Rays.
It is more about the Rays. And we will get there. Jayhay, is there a story that stands out to you that should be the story that we lead with on Monday morning?
I'm a Rays guy.
Okay.
I really am. That's what I had.
That's 2 votes for the Rays. Joseph, where do you think we should start here? What was the story of the weekend? I feel like you might have been more focused on a different series.
I'm always watching the Braves. I would say the best series to talk. We'd love Rays, of course, Rays.
So you're voting for the Rays to divert from the fact that the San Diego Padres wiped their ass with the Atlanta Braves this weekend.
Absolutely fucking pummel.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good series. Last 2 games, I mean, could have gone either way. One game was played in fucking 30-degree weather in Atlanta. Like, I don't know if that counts.
Man up, dude.
We got a lot of injuries. We're still in first place, so I don't know if that's like the main story. But if you want to talk
what
about
injuries?
it,
What injuries?
I don't know. Travis d'Arnaud concussion.
Mm-hmm.
We want to like.
Oh, you gotta hate having Sean fucking Murphy back there.
Yeah,
that's tough.
That's why you make signings. That's why you're a smart franchise. You get good players.
That's unfortunate. You gotta hate falling back on a fucking all-star.
So I want to show some love to d'Arnaud. He's probably has a headache right now. We're just gonna disrespect him, not bring it up. Michael Harris is hurt. Tweets back. Colin McHugh, the guy who owned Jared, big time.
Yeah.
He's on the DL.
Sucks.
Our probably closer, Rossiel Iglesias, injured. Okay.
Yeah. So is this what you're doing? Are you already
Kyle Wright, injured? We're still in first place. That's the story. How do they do it? Yeah. How do the Braves do it? How are they the best team ever? And all their players are hurt. Yeah, let's start there. Any thoughts?
All right, that's a vote for sure. It's a vote for sure. Jake, what do you think the story from this past weekend was?
I feel like it's probably AL MVP frontrunner Adam Duvall. Unfortunately getting hurt. I don't know if he's out for the season or if he's going to be in the lineup tonight. So I'm just sitting here waiting.
That's a hell of a balance there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance for both right now, because right now we're being told to just sit here and wait on an update for Adam Duvall, who, by the way, don't laugh. Like, Adam Duvall is leading the big leagues in wins above replacement right now. That's a fact. That's a fact. He is the leader in the clubhouse for MVP in both leagues. Adam Duvall. So welcome to the Adam Duvall prayer circle. If we get an update during the recording of this podcast, we'll give it to you. But as of right now, we have no idea if Adam Duvall is going to be out for the season or in the lineup tonight against the Tampa Bay Rays. We just don't know. But I think it's only fair. It's only fair. And I don't even have You know, that's on me. I'm not prepared today. I should have loaded up the soundboard with the Rays home run horn. Like, I should have that. And maybe over the course of this podcast, I'll add it. Maybe I'll do that because they do deserve they deserve a spot on the soundboard. Dallas, you look perplexed. Why?
Well, I don't know why. Why the soundboard needs to be brought into this? Like, I thought we were just going through a simple vote here on conversations.
No, I think if you're a Tampa Bay Rays fan, which there are plenty of them, and I know that people might roll their eyes at that sentiment that the Tampa Bay Rays don't have fans. They do, and some of them probably listen to this podcast.
They have fans.
They do have fans. Did you notice that down there at all, Dallas, when you were getting your fucking lunch handed to you?
There's people. No, I actually had my lunch taken from me. That's what that felt like. Yeah, there's people absolutely at the ball games. People excited about what the Rays are doing in this early go.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's fans for sure. There's fans.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm glad that you can recognize that.
Yeah, I mean, look, as part owner of the organization, I can absolutely attest to there being fans. Mm-hmm. There are fans here. I appreciate it.
Yeah, there are, Dallas. Yes, there are. The 9-0 Tampa Bay Rays, baby. They're fucking undefeated. #1 OPS in Major League Baseball after smoking the Oakland A's all weekend long. They've yet to lose a fucking baseball game. The first place world-beaten Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah, they're a decent ball team right now. Yeah. I mean, I got to tell you, the last thing you want to see, or like just if you were to, it was like I got up in the middle of the night after having just pissed myself a little and trying to get to the bathroom. I've stubbed my toe on the corner of my bed. I've fallen, hit my forehead on the corner of the fucking counter on the way down.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow, some way, I'm wearing a zipper, and now I've got myself caught in my zipper trying to piss at like 3 a.m. That's what it was like watching what unfolded early, and then seeing Tyler Glasnow playing catch.
Yeah,
out on the baseball field. It's like, okay.
Which, by the way, like, you tweeted out a video of Tyler Glasnow throwing in the outfield, mm-hmm. and you tagged me in a picture of chicken fingers, but your caption for the Tyler Glasnow throwing in the outfield video is like, "Hey, Rays fans, you like what you see?" Me, I like what I see. Jared, hello, you do a show with me. I'm the Tyler Glasnow guy.
It worked.
No, it didn't. Jared. No, it didn't.
No, it absolutely did. Look, you're talking about it. Product placement. That was a beautiful genius move.
Yeah, I'm talking about how you botched that fucking tweet.
I just didn't draw your attention to it because I didn't want to have you chirping any more about what was already transpiring at the baseball field that I was currently at.
I didn't. If there's anyone who did not kick the Oakland A's while they were down this past weekend, it was me. I wasn't going to bring it to you. Hey, Jared, not sure if you're busy. Check this out. I just wasn't going to do that. I think you can understand my angle there. No, so fuck off. I can't understand it. Like, I really can't. Like, I'm trying to think like who's your guy? Like, obviously, like, you're a Shohei Ohtani guy, but everyone's a Shohei Ohtani guy at this point. Like, who would be the player that like is the equivalent for you?
Oh, I mean, I don't know that there is one. I mean, I'm attracted to a lot of different guys' game. and guys on the mound. Yeah, I don't know that there's anybody that I am just like, like, oh my God, like, I don't know. Nobody comes to mind right off the top of my head. I mean, maybe like a guy like Chris Bassett, maybe.
What?
Come on. I love Chris Bassett, but like no one's tweeting out Chris Bassett highlights and drooling.
No, I'm saying like how you feel about Tyler Glasnow, how I feel about a guy. That's why I said there's not a comp per se outside of Shohei.
That was a horrible comp.
Well, that's why I took a long time to think about it, and I said maybe a guy like Bassett.
Yeah, I would you should have kept that one in the holster.
Like if he got when he got smoked in the grill.
Uh-huh.
Like I was like, man, like like I'm boys with him. I want to make sure, like, is he okay? Is he good? Like fuck. Like I care. So if he were hurt again and coming back, like I'm pulling for the guy. Like I'm excited to hear that he would be on the mend.
Yeah. I'm pulling for you to hit your bets this week, Dallas.
You should be.
Yeah. Because the baseball season's in full swing. Whether you're rooting for the home team or betting on your favorite player, DraftKings Sportsbook has got you covered for all this season's action. Right now, new customers can place a $5 pregame moneyline bet and get $150 in bonus bets if your team wins. Plus, everyone can hit one out of the park with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. Boost your winnings with each leg. You add up to 100%. If you put your money on the Rays this past weekend against the Oakland A's, you're very fortunate, because they did not lose a game against that team. Join the big league action right now on the DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app, sign up with the promo code Carrabis, Carrabis. New customers can bet just $5 on any pregame money line and get $150 in bonus bets if their team wins. Only at the DraftKings Sportsbook with the promo code Carrabis. The one thing that I was saying over the weekend about the Tampa Bay Rays is, yes, they've played dog shit teams, but how often do we see a very good baseball team lose to a very bad baseball team, and how common that is in the sport? So even though they haven't really played a team that's going to come anywhere close to postseason contention this year, going 9-0 is still very impressive. Like that is, and not just that they're 9-0, they are fucking murdering these teams. As of right now, entering play on Monday, the Rays have hit more home runs than they've allowed runs.
Yeah. That is, we talked about this on the broadcast. That is a crazy stat to drop even if you're 3 games into the season. Like that's still like a, wow, really? Like that's kind of cool. We're 9 games into this season.
Mm-hmm.
That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. They've beaten everybody by 4 or more runs. And they're getting production from everywhere.
Everybody.
From everywhere.
Mm.
It's incredible to watch.
What stood out to you most about the Rays having sat there and watched that bludgeoning all weekend?
The depth of their lineup. And this is like, again, to be critical of the A's, they don't have a ton of veteran presence in the rotation or in high leverage spots in the bullpen. It's a young group in the bullpen full of guys who I think can one day absolutely be guys who get outs in the 8th and 9th inning. Right now, there's just jockeying for that position. So when I say depth of what the Rays were doing, it is quite literally from every single player in the lineup, on the bench, down there in the bullpen. I mean, the starting staff, as of right now, it goes without saying, there's nobody better. But I watched Zach Eflin, Jeffrey Springs, and Drew Rasmussen have elite performances, elite command performances. And then you hand it over to a bullpen who it feels like they were just sort of picking and choosing who they wanted to go out and dominate. Mm-hmm. That's just the vibe you get. But I mean, Christian Bethancourt is hitting homers. That's the guy we let go, the A's, right? fucking Harold Ramirez.
Mm-hmm.
The guy, like, he had an inning yesterday where he beat out an infield hit and then beat out a run, or beat out the would-be force out at second base. And then a fucking homer gets hit. A 3-run homer gets hit. So, like, Harold Ramirez himself had impacted the series, not only with his power, but with his speed and base running. And that's just not a guy that you're circling to say, we can't let Harold Ramirez beat us. Like, that's not how you're going into the series against the Rays. But they've got guys like Randy. Hey, don't want to let Randy beat us. Well, what about the guy behind him? Who, fucking Wonder Boy? Don't want to let him beat us. I mean, they just, the depth and the power that can pop up at any point in time in this line. I mean, fucking Isaac Paredes is going. It just didn't stop.
The Rays
didn't stop is what it felt like.
The Rays have hit 24 home runs this year. No other team has hit more than 18. The Red Sox have hit 15 home runs. They have the 5th most home runs in the big leagues. The Red Sox and the Yankees have 16, and the Rays have almost doubled them up.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
it's alarming.
It's insane to watch this. Like, it was really remarkable to watch everybody 1 through 9. And like, again, like, sort of the cold sweat nightmarish feel is like I'm watching Yandy Diaz lead this thing off, who was the fucking guy who I couldn't even sit down in my seat in 18, and he's fucking knocking balls out of the ballpark.
That was 19, I think.
Or 19.
Yeah. So many wild card losses. It's hard to keep
fucking
track of them all. Yeah.
So yeah, that's how this series went. That's what I saw from the Rays there. And the one thing that really stood out, the team speed and how it can affect a ball game.
Yeah.
Not only on defense, but on the base path.
I mean, I want to ask this question seriously, but I feel like it's going to come off as a mean question.
No question is a mean question unless you ask it that way.
How much can you even take out of this past weekend evaluation wise when they're playing a team like the Oakland A's? I think it's both.
No,
I think it's a mean question, but it's a fair question at the same time. Like, the Oakland A's are not a real Major League Baseball team.
Well, they are absolutely a real Major League Baseball team.
They're on the website. Yeah. But like, I'm talking like from a talent perspective, they're not a Major League Baseball team.
They are a team that has veteran guys that are trying to figure things out.
They're a team. That's a fact. They are a team.
And they're a team, as everybody knows,
by
that
definition,
has a lot of young guys trying to figure things out at the big league level.
Mm-hmm.
And for the Rays, if you look at their schedule, I think there's some folks who would say they've gotten off to what seems like a turbulenceless start. There's not going to be much pushback, but you have to win these baseball games.
Yeah,
you have to win your baseball. I don't know. I think it was you who said it earlier. You're going to play bad baseball teams, and those bad baseball teams are going to play good baseball in 1-2 of those games throughout the series. It's going to happen because this is the big leagues. And so for them to get off to the start that they're off to, I don't care what league you're playing in or what teams within your league you're playing in, to be undefeated and perform the way that they have performed. That is the story. Again, this is where context is important. There's not a single 1-0 ball game here. There's not a fucking 4-2 ball game here.
The run
That's
differential
not how any of these
like
games
33 just in the fucking series alone or whatever it was.
Yeah, their run differential is stupid. The next closest in run differential, I think, is the Dodgers at like plus 20 something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but you take what, 2 or 3 from the Tigers,
plus 57.
Yeah, it's you can't. Oh, you need the fucking TI-85 to fucking calculate the shit right now.
Yeah, the Dodgers, the Brewers are at plus 25. That's the next best in the big leagues. and then the Rays are at plus 57. So I'll ask you guys. It's 9 games. We've already made our predictions. I'm giving you guys the opportunity. I'm giving you a chance to change your pick in the American League East to the Tampa Bay Rays. Are you taking that opportunity? Is anyone taking the Tampa Bay Rays to win the division in 2023 after what they've seen in 9 games?
I'm taking
April
it.
10th.
I'm
You're
taking
taking it, Joe?
easily.
If you're giving me a fucking 10-game head start right now in the division, a 10-game head start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also jumping off if given the opportunity.
Yeah, you're more than welcome.
Okay, I'm off.
But you're on the Tampa Bay Rays now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blue Jays suck, dude. They're done. They got no chance.
I mean, Matt Chapman is fucking raking right now.
A grand slam yesterday.
A lot of people on that team are raking.
Yeah.
What's that?
Mm-hmm. Hit a grand slam yesterday.
You did.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, fuck.
Dallas, you taking it?
See, like, I feel like I'm in a really unfair spot here because
Why?
Because there's recency, but because
That's
Jared,
why it's tempting.
Because the blood is still on the blade, Jared. That's why. For fuck's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
The Tampa Bay Rays are winning the division in 2023, says the panel. I'm not even going to ask Jake because I know that he's a man of integrity and he's going to stick with his pick. And he also knows that by the end of the week, the Rays are going to be on a 4-game losing streak.
No. Well, see, that's what I also wanted to point out that as well as things have gone for the Rays, it doesn't look like they're going to hit any sort of real test until those Toronto Blue Jays.
No, I mean, again,
which is the
depends.
series after the 4-game series they're about to play.
Is Adam Duvall in the lineup tonight, or is he off the team? I don't know.
Don't care.
That's a major factor. He's a big part of what we got going on over here.
Well, Adam Duvall could be starting and hitting third, or he could be an amputee.
Correct.
Can I say one thing about the Rays? About to kind of justify my choice to follow Joey and hop off.
Yeah,
it is partly about the 9-0 start and the 3.5 game lead on the Blue Jays and how that has, swung the numbers a little bit significantly in favor of the Rays. But to me, it's just as much, if not more so, about like how they have been winning and what that says about individual players on their team relative to the expectations that we had for those players entering the season. Like, we sort of touched on the pitching, but Jeffrey Springs and Drew Rasmussen, like, we know McClanahan's awesome, right? And if Glasnow ever pitches, we know he is also awesome. But I know there were some breakout lists that had Springs and Rasmussen, and like you look at what Rasmussen did after he came over from the trade, but like they've combined for 26 innings and 0 runs allowed, and 34 strikeouts and 6 hits. So I think while they're not going to continue at that pace, I think we can safely sort of reevaluate maybe what level we had Springs and Rasmussen at in the context of American League pitchers. I know I've already reevaluated that, how I'm viewing them. And more importantly, I think we might be witnessing the Wander Franco kind of full-on breakout coming out party. And I don't want to draw too heavy of conclusions after 9 or 10 games, but this was the number 1 prospect in baseball. While his start had been somewhat underwhelming relative to that status, like, he's actually been a really, really productive baseball player when he's been on the field through parts of 2 seasons. And the underlying batted ball data, at least so far, suggests that like he is hitting the shit out of the baseball. Like, he ranks 7th in barrels. Like, all of his expected stats are
hitting the heater.
He looks every bit the part, and maybe last year was just kind of an unhealthy step back, kind of marred all season. But to me, and Luke Raley's hitting the shit out of the ball. I didn't have any expectations for Luke Raley entering the season. I mean, if he's actually one of these guys that just kind of pops onto the scene and is super effective for the Rays, then I think that again changes the outlook here. So that's part of why I'm hopping off. I think they're maybe an even better team than we thought they were, and we already acknowledged that we thought the race was going to be close to start the season.
Yeah. And you have like a guy like Jeffrey Springs coming out of fucking nowhere. Like this dude was absolute cheeks in 2020. And Tampa was like, we'll take him on. We'll have him we'll just try it out. We'll have him throw a changeup. We'll just see if he likes the changeup or not. He's got a 47% whiff rate with the changeup, and hitters are 1 for 18 against it.
You can track if you know what you're looking for with the Rays. You can track the adjustments that they make with guys. I can almost hear the conversation in the room with these players when they bring them over. If you know what you're looking for, you can see the adjustments.
Yeah.
And that's what we talk about. That's what's not, it's what's scary. Like when the Rays come calling and they identify somebody, it's almost like what you need to do now is get everybody that you trust together in a room and figure out why the fuck they are calling about this guy. That's what you're better off doing.
Jeffrey Springs has allowed more walks than hits so far.
Yeah, and you just again you go how would I put this? It'd be like happening upon a cache of weapons and knowing that they all work, but knowing that one guy knows how to use them a certain way. And if you let him use these other weapons, well, he might not be as useful. But if you show him how to use these weapons, like this guy could become infinitely more valuable to you. And that's kind of what happens is the Rays say, hey, check this out. I want to show you how to use this. And this is how I want you to use it. And this is when. And here's why we think it's going to work for you based on what we see. Are you ready to buy in? Are you willing to buy in? Because I think we're going to find a beautiful, beautiful landing spot if you trust us. And if you can put the work in, I feel like we're going to find something here.
Yeah.
Largest increase in playoff odds since over the weeks since before we recorded the last pod to now. Last Monday pod to now. They jumped 21.9%.
Damn. A week and a half's worth of victories.
Well, fuck, you start out undefeated.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Change some things.
It's a nice
but the one thing that I do, like Jayhay made the point, remember, this isn't happening. They're not squeaking some of these games out. They have been decisive victories.
They're a good team. Can't believe you guys just gave up on the Blue Jays and the Yankees and the Red Sox that quick.
Well, I said that I've got recency bias that is clouding my judgment here. Mm-hmm. So I've been very open about that.
But you're locked into the Rays now.
I mean, there's, that decision is dripping with PTSD from what just happened.
That's the ultimate cuck situation. They just went in, absolutely demolished the Oakland A's to the point where Dallas changed his prediction for who's going to win the division. He's like, I
have no problem admitting that.
Okay. All right. I mentioned that there were 2 stories that we could start with. Obviously, the Rays being one of them. We mentioned the Braves Padres series, but I think that there's a third story that should come before Braves Padres, and that would be the horrible news. Dallas's Buccos, Oneil Cruz ankle fracture, and that debacle that happened yesterday between the Pirates and the White Sox, where you can say it was a bad slide. I don't even think you can call it a bad slide. It wasn't even a slide. He just kept running and then just kind of like fell into home plate. Like it didn't look like a slide to me. Like the throw from Moncada was high. Catcher's got to go up and then he's got to come back down. Oneil Cruz doesn't really slide at all. takes out the catcher's legs. And because this happened a few times in the series against Boston, there were some people being like, well, he's kind of a drama queen. Like he like quote unquote got hurt 5 times in that series. So he'll be fine. Not fine. Not fine. No. Fractured ankle. Not good.
Yeah, this is brutal. Not only because of what he means to the team, what he means to the lineup, the start that the team has gotten off to.
Is that important?
It just sucks.
That's in poor taste.
It just what are you doing? What are you doing?
In poor taste.
It is very poor taste.
I agree.
Very pour taste. Yeah, the play itself. This is something that I don't see him going into a slide at any point in time. I believe he wasn't even anticipating a play to be made on him at home plate. I think he was shocked to see the catcher even react and go to make a play on the ball. And as far as the catcher is concerned, he initially gave him the lane, or there was a lane available to him. And so then Zavala goes up, makes a play, catches the ball, comes down, and his left foot is like right on the line, like where the baseline would be, which still is giving Cruz a lane to the outside to be able to tag home plate. Should he go into a slide? Should he use his hand to hit home plate? Or should he have been thinking about going into a slide foot first? We don't have this. This doesn't happen. If he goes into it, it just simply doesn't happen. Because if you watch the play and you watch him coming home, there's almost a moment where you see his hands go up. And his hands go up, in my opinion, because he sees Zavala elevate and he's now like, I'm going to brace for impact here. And why is he bracing for impact? Because he never planned on sliding. That's why. And that's what happened. Where I think things got a little crazy is Zavala right after the, what's that?
Look at this. He's like almost still fully erect in the batter's box.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sure.
There was not a decision made to slide until he was almost on home plate.
I'm telling you right now, there was never a thought to slide. What he's doing is reacting to Zavala jumping up and then coming down closer to the line than he was when he jumped to get the ball. So now Oneil knows, fuck, I'm not sliding, but this dude's now like in my way. I got to try to like hit the brakes and like brace for impact. And that's exactly what happened. And Zavala came down on his leg and his ankle snapped. And then after it, like if you watch Zavala, the way he sort of like throws his mask or like spins his mask down, sort of like emphasizing the fact that, Cruz is out, and almost like in that body language, it's sort of like you could hear Zavala go like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why don't you fucking slide? There's kind of what I see and what I feel from Zavala when he does that, which I can understand him. I can understand him thinking that. But the reaction, I think, is what started the fire. If he doesn't spin his mask like that, then maybe somebody doesn't take exception to it. And I'm not telling you that he shouldn't have spun his mask. And I'm not telling you that the guy is okay taking exception to it. Who was it? Santana? Taking exception to it.
Yeah. Santana's a former catcher too. So I mean, he can probably relate to a situation where you get a guy having a fucking, it could have been perceived as, I know it wasn't, but in a bang bang scenario, it could have been perceived as a slide where you're trying to take out the catcher's legs.
Yeah, for me, I don't think you need any more than 2 looks at it to realize.
Yeah, like he's after the fact, but when you've only got 1 look at it, a late slide could look like you're trying to take out the catcher's legs. And then Zavala ends up like, it almost looked like Buster Posey's situation where his fucking, the bottom of his shoe was up by his ear. Like that's not a good spot to be in as a human being. And that's how you tear an ACL or something like that.
I just for me, look like as a ball player, I watched that and at no point did I think that's a bad slide. I, from the very first thought, was like, he had no intention of sliding. That's him basically falling and stumbling because he never had the intent to slide. That's not a bad slide. He never even thought about sliding. And I'm not telling you that he knows how to slide. That's a problem in today's game. Base running is a major, major issue in today's game. Guys don't know how to cut the corner. Guys don't know how to go first or third. They don't know how to go halfway and get a read. They don't know how to end up on their front foot down the third baseline. They don't know how to do a lot of these things. And we watch it unfold. But to me, this wasn't a poor slide. This was never intending to slide. And what you do physically after the fact, someone ends up in your space. That's what happened.
Joseph, what do you got on this slide?
I think Dallas has hit it right in the head. I think it's tough, too, because we were just, everyone, I saw the tweets, I saw Jared, you tweeting it out, like, ooh, this Pirates team, they're looking like this could be the Orioles from last year. This is a team no one thought could be good. We saw the freaking McCutcheons round of applause. McCutcheon's back in town. The hype, the freaking, we were going to raise it up to the roof. And then this happens and it's just a shit show. It's tough, man. It's tough. I mean, the guy is 7 feet tall. That might have something to do with it.
7.
I mean, can you blame him for not wanting to slide?
I mean, I can't blame Moncada for the throw being high because you've got to throw it over a fucking guy that is 6'7".
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a tough blow for Dallas's Buccos. And then Zavala was talking shit. That's what started it. He was talking shit to Cruz on the ground, who was clearly injured.
Really?
Watch the play. Like, seriously, Jared, you had it up on your phone.
Yeah.
Go back and watch what I was talking about. Watch at the right at the very end. He gets up, and when he like how he spins his helmet, like he doesn't just set the helmet down. He like sort of like abruptly, like with a little flair to it, a little fuck you to it, like yeah, like you're out. Like what the fuck you think you're not sliding? Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. So that right there is what I said probably triggered this, because people are looking at it like, oh, like you see him writhing in agony and your reaction is to basically tell him to fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, okay, all right. And that's where things escalate. That's where things escalate. Because I'd like to believe that Zavala, given the chance to go back and look at that, he would see right away, like, oh, okay, this is what happened. Like, yeah, he wasn't planning on sliding, and we ended up bang, bang. And I got up thinking that he might have had some ill intent, but then quickly realized he's hurt. And like, I spun the lid or whatever, and like, you know what? That's where shit got crazy.
Well, here's what he had to say about it.
And it did sound like I don't know.
It's just it's kind of a baseball play, and I wasn't too happy about how late the slide was, but I was just talking to Santana about it, and he said something I didn't like, or he didn't like what I said. He said something I didn't like, and that's what happened. I think in a couple of days, everybody will forget about it.
Unfortunate that you heard what happened, fractured his ankle.
No, what happened?
Yeah, fracture. It was an ankle fracture.
Just a baseball play. I didn't want anybody to get hurt, didn't want it to escalate that far. It escalated, and can't really do anything about it.
He don't give a fuck.
No, he don't care. No. And he admits, right? He starts to say, Santana said something that I didn't like, and so I said, and then he corrected himself, and he said, I said something. Santana didn't like that. I said something. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't want to say that he's the instigator of this, but his reaction with the helmet his action with the helmet caused the reaction from Santana. And then Zavala had something to say to Santana in rebuke. And then that's where things go off the rail.
Yep. Feels like it could have been avoided. Feels like a very, very, very avoidable situation. Just don't slide like an asshole next time.
No, just slide. That's the thing. Slide
in general.
Slide in general. It's not like an asshole because he didn't slide.
Yeah. I wish someone would slide me a blue moon right now.
Fucking A.
Yeah. because some beers can say that they're brewed for baseball, but only Blue Moon is brewed by baseball.
Oh, wow.
Blue Moon was created at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. It's the natural choice for opening day and all season long. And just in time for opening day, Blue Moon is teaming up with another ballpark brand and launching a throwback merch collection with Ebbets Field flannels. I want some of this Ebbets Field flannels, Dallas. I'm a big flannel guy. We're almost out of I feel like we're almost out of flannel season, so it better be getting to my house sooner rather than later. But I'm excited about it, and I'm going to be drinking some Blue Moons tonight when the Red Sox take on the Tampa Bay Rays to try and beat the streak. They're trying to play the role of Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania as the Rays go for a 10-0. With its refreshing flavor with Valencia orange peel for a subtle sweetness and hints of coriander, Blue Moon Belgian-style wheat ale is a one-of-a-kind beer that's made brighter. It's carefully crafted and full-flavored with refreshing notes and a smooth, creamy finish. Blue Moon was brewed by baseball to give you a dose of nostalgia and get you excited for the new season. Why strike out with the same old beer when you can get something that is one of a kind? Its bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer experience perfect for spring weather. Best served with its signature orange garnish to showcase its beautiful hazy color. A beer this good only comes around once in a blue moon, but you can enjoy it all season long. Bring the ballpark to you with the Blue Moon Belgian-style wheat ale. It's one of a kind every time. Check out shop.bluemoon.com for throwback baseball merch with Ebbets Field flannels, or visit get.bluemoonbeer.com/rocket to find Blue Moon delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/rocket. Blue Moon, made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado Ale. Now we get to the portion of our show where we do talk about this San Diego Padres, Atlanta Braves showdown over the weekend, Joe. And I think we had this discussion before the season started about if the Padres played the Braves in the National League Championship Series. You said Braves in 5.
Sounds like something I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to revisit that take? Is there something that stood out to you over the weekend as the Atlanta Braves kind of didn't really do so well against the Padres at home?
I don't know. You tell me. Should I lose faith in the squad because of this series?
No. I'm not saying to lose faith in the squad. That's not what I'm saying at all. But you open up this series Thursday, walk off. It's exciting. Everyone's saying, wow, the Padres, they're choking. They can't stack up to the big bad Braves. And then Friday night, Braves win. Friday, Padres win. Saturday, Padres win. Sunday night baseball, a 10-2 blowout.
Just a
victory.
pig of a game.
Just homers everywhere. Cruz, Kim, Grisham, everyone just socking dingers all over the place. Juan Soto hit a ball off the top of the wall. There were a couple, actually. There were a couple balls that were inches away from being homers. This was almost like a 6 home run game for the San Diego Padres. 10-2. It could have been 15-2 easy.
Fucking Father Time had 1,000 RBIs.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's a formidable lineup, would you say? San Diego?
Pretty good team.
Pretty good team.
Pretty good team.
I'm definitely not surprised that they lost 3 out of 4 to the Padres. We already covered it. The Braves are injured. All right. Wait till we get Kyle Wright back. Wait till we get Max Fried back. I mean, if it was one thing, if we had our top guys getting shelled by the Padres, maybe I'd be worried about a series in October. We're limping a little bit, the Braves, in terms of injuries. Is that an excuse? Yes. And like,
I respect that.
That's a good excuse. I mean, how do you expect to be like the best team if you all you're losing all your best players. Not their best players.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're good enough to still, it's not like we're going to be in last place by the time they all get off the IL. But we're down Michael Harris. We're down Rocio Iglesias. Colin McHugh's down. So the bullpen's a little thin.
Thank God Colin McHugh's down.
He'll be back. You just wait, buddy.
I don't want him to be back.
He said if it
you
was
guys are better off without that fucking pussy.
No. Chill,
What? He's a pussy.
What doesn't matter if he's a pussy, dude.
He's going to bring down team morale.
The guy gets outs.
Yeah, the guy. Yeah, sure, he gets outs.
I don't know if that's some pussy move to get some outs because the guy gets outs. So I don't know if you can call him pussy if he gets outs. That's how I look at it. That's how I'm
out here getting outs and shit.
He gets outs.
Mm-hmm.
Now he is out, and it's a problem. We got Jared Schuster and Dylan Dodd, a couple of young guys on the mound, a couple of rookies. Little shaky starts. Charlie Morton. That's kind of a guy I'm a little worried about, to be honest.
He was serving up dick balls, Joe.
And he has been for the past year and a half, to be honest.
Yeah.
And
well, he's almost 40.
He is. He's almost 40. So, I mean, that's a guy that you hope by October, he's kind of like in the later, he's not starting game 1 or 2 of a series. But we just need to get healthy. We'll be fine. We're playing the Reds next. I mean, honestly, I think not getting swept.
The Reds rotation is not to be trifled with.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Reds got some arms.
They do. What do you guys know when Joey Votto's coming back?
I don't.
He's got like a month, right?
Really?
Still a while.
He was playing spring training games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, he's like on a rehab assignment right now. He's playing games.
Yeah. Let's get him back. I want to see him play the Braves.
It doesn't really get easier here. You guys got Graham Ashcraft. He's got a 1.29. Luis Sessa. He's got a 3.38. Hunter Green, the ERA doesn't look great, but Hunter Green versus Spencer Strider on Wednesday is that's just going to be a velo fest. Like 2 starters that can blow hundos. That's going to be fun. And luckily, you guys miss Nick Lodolo.
Give me the lefty.
That dude is a strikeout machine. That was the game that the Phillies walked off the Reds, where he just went out and dominated, and then the Reds bullpen just fucking gave up 3 in the 9th. It was a 2-0 ball game. They gave up 3 in the bottom half. But yeah, the Reds have arms. That's why it's frustrating. And it's regardless. There's many reasons to be frustrated if you're a Cincinnati Reds fan. But when you kind of look out there and you see the future, you're like, oh man, but like we have all this young talent. Well, it's not supplemented by anything. Like they had guys there. Like we're only 2 years removed from them being in the playoffs? 3?
2020. If you count it, yeah.
Yeah.
If you count it.
I count it.
They were like
Dodger
500, I'm pretty sure, that year.
No.
Yeah, the Reds in 2020, they were shit.
They were not shit.
Oh, they sucked. And then at the end, they were like, oh shit, the Reds are a team to watch. The playoffs, they have good pitching, and they didn't score a run in the playoffs against the Braves. Trevor Bauer vlogged it. It was like raging in the fucking clubhouse.
In the training room.
Yeah.
It's 30, they were 31 and 29.
Which is a completely different universe that we were living in.
Did you see? I know that like people feel a certain way about Trevor Bauer, but I watched his vlog, and this dude is in Dick's Sporting Goods buying a glove because in Japan there are so many rules about what your glove can look like and how big it can be, and like you're only allowed to you can't have more than one logo on it. So if there's a logo on the web and on the wrist, it's a no-go. You can only have one. And then I think it all has to be the same color. So if your glove is black, but your laces are red, you can't use it. And it can only be a certain amount of inches. That they're very particular. But I don't know if that's for all players or for pitchers in particular. But they have like and I think with cleats, you're not allowed to have any logos on the heel. which I've never heard that. But
so he's doing well over there. He's doing well.
He was literally in a Dick's Sporting Goods buying a glove to go play baseball in Japan.
So then I wonder if we're going to see the same energy over there that we saw over here when he was faced with shit that he didn't like and shit that he didn't agree with, like the inability to wear logos where he saw fit or where he wanted to, or like if he runs into that stuff, I wonder if it's going to be just he's going to acquiesce, or is he going
he's going to play the role. I think he's going to play the role. Like you can tell. So like he cut his hair. Like he had because I think he regrets. I think he regrets how he acted even before all like the court case stuff, like, going after Rob Manfred and pissing off players around the league. I think he kind of took a look around and was like, I was being a troll to kind of entertain myself, but holy shit, no one fucks with me. And I don't like that. Like, especially when you need people in your corner. Like, I think he kind of took a look around and was like, I don't really like this situation. I think he's trying to start over and not be as combative with authority in the league and stuff. I think that's what he's trying to do. But it is interesting because I did see a clip from there. I think it was I can't remember the name of the team, but it was in Japan. It was the closer's entrance, and Joey made the video about like the lights at Fenway, and fans are complaining about, oh, they got the LED lights, and when guys hit home runs, like Dan Shaughnessy wrote a column about have celebrations gone too far. And then like we look at baseball in Japan and how much they respect baseball culture and this and that. They had a motherfucking closer. They shut the lights in the stadium, and it looked like the Undertaker's entrance at WrestleMania 14. They had all like these like flaming torches create a tunnel out of the bullpen, and the closer came out to no lights, fucking a tunnel of torches, and just blowing fucking fire. And that's how the closer in Japan entered the baseball game. So it's almost like we're just like technology wise, we're behind celebration wise too. Like in Japan.
Bro, have you seen the big boss come in? The manager?
Who's the big boss?
Dude, you don't know the big boss?
Who's that?
I can't pronounce his name. He played for the Mets. Tasoshi Sinja. I don't know. He's
Shinjo.
A little bit before my time, but he he dated Paris Hilton. Apparently, he was like a Mets guy. The big boss.
Shinjo.
Yeah, he manages for the Nippon Fighters now, and like his first game managing, his introduction, he comes in on a fucking it's like a snowmobile, but it floats, and he comes in a dark stadium. Hovers in the manager of the team in center field with like a jersey that lights up and has his nickname.
You remember Shinjo? He played for the fucking he played for the Blue Jay, the Mets, Blue Jays. No,
yeah, I'm the Mets for sure.
The big boss. I don't know, man. All I'm saying is, yes, they do it different over there in Japan. But they've got it figured out. Like they've got it figured out to where there is such a level of respect, but there's also fun celebrations. There's passion. Like, you're not talking about, man, pace of the game, ticket sales are down, people aren't tuning in. Baseball is a religion in Japan.
Yes.
And it's not something where feelings are getting hurt if guys are flipping bats to the moon, and we've got the Undertaker's WrestleMania entrance for closing. Like, no one is sitting there. If that happened here, stateside, if you had Kenley Jansen coming out of the bullpen to flaming torches and the lights being out, do you know how many old white people would have strokes? Do you know how many?
That's why Jordan Romano's entrance is, I mean, that shit is epic. Epic. If you can get up to the 6 and watch Jordan Romano's entrance into the ball game.
What's it look like?
That shit is dope.
What is it?
That shit is dope. Check it out. Look it up. I'm sure they got video of it. It's sick.
I'm also willing to bet there's some old fucks in Japan who are pissed about these introductions. Like, we don't know. There's probably this is probably a big thing over there. We don't.
Japan is
know.
like the biggest respect your elders country in the world.
You don't think there's people in Japan who hate the big boss for having light up jerseys and coming in on a hovercraft? It's definitely a thing.
No, I'm sure, but like they also
they're not all just collectively jumping on board with new shit. Like that's not like they got people that yell at clouds over there too. They got people who don't want you on their lawn over there too.
I'm sure they do, but I feel like it's like the blowback is not as great as it would be in the United States.
I would love to hear those guys. Like, what are they saying? You know what I mean? Like, what is their gripe? Like you're saying, Joe, like, oh, what the fuck? This guy's coming in on a goddamn hovercraft. Like, this is not what Sadahara O was doing. Like, kidding me? I would lose my shit if Sadahara O came flying out to the plate with on a hovercraft. Like, you mean to tell me this guy's got a light up belt? This shit is not like Nomo would never.
One of my buddies plays baseball in Japan, and he said that when they're sitting down in the clubhouse to have like lunch or dinner or whatever, you can't get up from the table until whoever is older than you gets up first. Like, you have to stay at the table until like you're the elder statesman of the table. It's like a respect thing with like the elders.
Well, yeah, and like how you walk in the clubhouse, no shoes in the clubhouse. You're wearing fucking flip-flops. The showering situation is very interesting.
Aren't the toilets like you gotta like squat and then piss into like a fucking tube or something like that?
Well, the toilet situation, yeah. I mean, they got bidets or whatever, but like to shower, you have like it's just a stool that has a hole, and you sit on the stool, and you got a shower, like a shower hose that you shower yourself with. So you're not standing in the shower.
I heard this. I'm hesitant to say this. It might be completely false. I don't want to say some stupid shit about Japan that's not true. But I heard that the boys, like, you're supposed to like wash each other's backs and shit. Like, that's like normal. I don't know where I read that, but that's if we're talking about the shower etiquette, you're supposed to, teammates, you rub the soap on, you hit the, the respect.
Respect, dude.
Just doing a little cleanup on your cleanup guy.
just watching Dallas's back in the shower, being like, "Yo, mad respect, bro."
Yeah.
Seven innings, only one earned today. Like, let me get in there.
Oh, buddy, that changeup was something special today.
Yeah.
And that's when I look at you and say, "Well, maybe you ought to rub my balls up before every game."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, my hamstrings were really sweaty today. I don't know how much you respect me, but I think if you could check that situation out.
It's going to be interesting to see Bauer, because I was talking to one of my YouTube boys. He's a Yaku Cosmopolitan. He has a YouTube channel about Japan, and I was asking him, like, what's the reaction to Trevor Bauer from the Japanese fans? And he was basically saying, like, no one there really knows anything about like the domestic abuse, the court cases, anything. Like, it's not a story. I mean, it's a big deal that he's coming there, but I think the perception is from the public is like, oh, he just is coming to play for Japan because he wants to.
So I'll say this.
Sure, because that happens all the time.
So the guy who just signed for fucking $200 million for like 3 years just decided to shit can that and come over to Japan.
None of the news
for
articles
$4 million?
mention how he hasn't fucking pitched in like a year and a half, right?
I mean, you can't be serious though, right? Like what the fuck?
That's what I was told.
I sat through the entire I watched it. Like, did you watch his press conference?
No, Jared, I was watching fucking paint dry.
I watched the entire thing. It was also like, it was kind of like my personal hell, because after the press conference, they did an impromptu photo shoot, essentially, where like they asked him questions for about 40 minutes. And then after that, they had him hold up a baseball and hold it up and just pose like that for like 5 minutes. And then they had him hold up, like, you know how like in soccer they have the scarves?
Yeah.
Like he like did that and pose like that. And they put the jersey on. It was literally a photo shoot that lasted forever. But I watched the entire press conference and there was not a single question about that. Not one.
Well,
and it was also just it was a huge room. Like think about like an entire auditorium at a 5-star hotel. That's the size of the space, and there was like 50 people there. So they had like a stage, and then they just had like, I don't know, 50 media members, but it was just a gigantic auditorium, and you could hear a pin drop when he like was done answering questions. It was just deathly silent. Like it was super uncomfortable. But yeah, they didn't ask about any of that stuff.
well, and I'm not going to act like, or I'm not going to pretend like I don't know that there's probably some limitations on things that they can ask and things that they can't ask. I'm willing to bet that at some point in time that communication has occurred, because I find it almost insulting to a culture that something like that would transpire with a player and they would then find themselves in their country playing their sport, having the, whether you like it or not, star power that comes along with him, and then just having no idea why he's here.
It's hard to believe, but I believe that.
That's fucking North Korea type shit.
It's not even like that. Like, it's the same thing with the WBC. When I'm researching the WBC, the most watched baseball game ever was like Japan versus Cuba, 2006 WBC. No one in America knew it happened. All this shit that happened in Japan, that in that tournament, with them like planting a flag on the field, Korea, Ichiro raging.
Oh, yeah, Ichiro wanting to fucking kill somebody? Yeah.
Like, no one here ever knew that existed. It has like 100 million views in Japan. It's just like, it's hard to like, information doesn't travel that well between like these continents. It's crazy. But this is the truth. Like the Bauer abuse shit isn't really known there. I'm sure if you Googled it, you could kind of find some stuff, but it's just not like that.
Well, I mean, even then,
that's fine. They've got the next 10 years to learn about his situation as he spends the entire rest of his career over there.
I don't think that's going to.
I don't think we'll ever see him in Major League Baseball again. Feel super confident about that.
I disagree. I think that the first and foremost, I know it sounds bullshit, but I know that he did want to pitch in Japan before all this stuff.
Sure, that's fine. At the end of his career, he didn't want to pitch. He didn't want to pitch in what was supposed to be the back end of his prime.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Like, I don't think that he wanted to do it right now, but I know that he did. I also know that there were a bunch of GMs that were like, yeah, I'd love to be able to bring you on, but try explaining that to ownership. And like, it was a lot of like shutdown at ownership levels versus like general manager.
I don't think any of those things are going to change, though. Those owners are very unlikely to turn over the teams in time for it to matter for Trevor Bauer.
Yeah, but it's the optics of like, you went away and came back and whatever. I don't know. Either way, I think it's like a fascinating social experiment to follow from like a baseball perspective, but we'll see. I think because what it is, it's called the Sawamura. That's their Cy Young in Japan.
Yeah, and
no one has ever won the Cy Young and the Sawamura. And Yu Darvish was the only one that kind of came close.
I mean, we know why that is, though, right? Because Cy Young winners don't go to Japan in time to win the Cy. Like, you know what I mean? They're like,
but Sawamura winners come to America.
That's a much more viable path.
Yeah, but you're asking, well, like what you're wanting to happen is for the butterfly to go back into the cocoon and then reveal itself again.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, if you want to go to Japan and watch some baseball, the Game Time app, I have no idea if they have tickets, but I know they got tickets over here in America. And buying tickets to your favorite events should not be stressful. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater near you. With killer deals on last-minute tickets and their best price guarantee, you can stop stressing over the tickets and start getting hyped for the fun that you will have. I had to put my dad onto the Game Time app because I was supposed to take them to Fenway this weekend, but now I can't. So I was like, hey, plenty of tickets available at Fenway. If you want to check out the Game Time app, you can get the best deals at the best prices using the Game Time app. Forget planning months in advance. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the day of the event. Get exclusive flash deals on tickets for football, basketball, baseball, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. The Game Time guarantee, and this is what I had to explain to my dad, means that you'll get the best price. If you find tickets in the same section and row for less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Yeah, 110% of the difference. Get images of your seat before you buy. This is something that my dad was looking at on a competitor. I said, you need to get on the Game Time app because you can get images of the seat before you buy it so you know exactly what to expect when you arrive. Buy tickets in a matter of seconds, 2 taps, and you're all set to go. Tickets are sent directly to your phone, so you never have to dig through your email. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the promo code Jared, Jared, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem promo code Jared for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. I guess kind of off topic because it doesn't have to do with Japan or Trevor Bauer, but congratulations to Nolan Arenado on his 300th career home run. Friend of the podcast, Nolan Arenado. As a friendly reminder, the Colorado Rockies paid the Cardinals $50 million just to take him. And he just hit his 300th career home run in Milwaukee over the weekend. Big series between the Cardinals and the Brewers. Yeah.
Love to see it for Nolan.
Love to see it. Yesterday, I don't want to call it a big series, but maybe. I mean, I think I picked both the Blue Jays and the Angels to make the postseason. I don't know how that's going to shake out, but a big time showdown, a shit show game between the Jays and the Angels. I don't know if you caught this, but the Angels started off this game 6-0 lead, blew that. The Jays were winning. They tied at 6-6. That was part of the 6-run inning where Matt Chapman hit the aforementioned grand slam that we talked about earlier in the show. And then they went up 7-6. Then they went up 10-7. Then the Angels had a 3-run bottom of the ninth to tie it 10-10. Then in extra innings, the Jays scored 2, so now it's 12-10. Then in the bottom of the inning, the Angels scored a run on a bases loaded walk with Mike Trout at the plate, which was that was the intense drama moment. Mike Trout, bases loaded. He ends up walking to force in a run. Now it's 12-11, bases still loaded for none other than Shohei Ohtani. And he was the most high leverage. I think it was the most high leverage spot of his career. I saw somewhere.
No, we watched that earlier.
What, WBC?
There you go.
But he grounded out. Very anticlimactic, but a big win for the Toronto Blue Jays, who now head back to Toronto.
That sucks.
I mean,
that just sucks because shit like that just does not help the narrative of the whole Ohtani 3 for 4 with a new record, Trout 2 for 3 with a fucking bomb, and the Halos lose. Like it just fucking doesn't help that at all.
They both homered in that game.
I know. I get it. Like that's why it fucking sucks, man. Because it just doesn't change. And are we dumb? Like, are we dumb for trying to ignore the fact that the entire prime of Mike Trout, no, stop it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
What?
I'm not going to do it.
What?
I'm not going to do it.
Do what?
I'm just.
They're wasting the prime of Hunter Renfroe. Motherfucker drove in like 5 runs in that game.
Look, I'm
Should I call Max?
No, there's no need to call Max. There's no need to call Max.
I want to call Max.
It just sucks. I mean,
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to.
I think it's every time.
But
yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
He didn't show up, just like
out of service.
You know what it's its own cottage industry now too. Like I know the tungsten arm O'Doyle thing is like its own like meme now. It's like taking on a life of its own. But now every time those two do something and the Angels lose, it's like every history person, every stats person on Twitter is like, what is the new embarrassing angle that I can dig up and like basically throw it in the faces of the Angels that they're losing with these two all. Like, did you see the one by the first MLB team to have a pair of former MVPs each get an extra base hit, but the rest of the team go hitless since Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris, May 6th, 1962. So it's just like,
well,
that was Saturday's game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It started last year when we were talking about what those guys do. Like nobody else combined was accumulating the production of Shohei Ohtani, let alone Shohei Ohtani and Trout.
Max. Wait, hold on. There we go. Max.
Yes, sir.
We're talking. Guess what we're talking about right now?
I'm going to guess the Rays being undefeated.
No, we're actually talking about tungsten arm O'Doyle right now.
Oh my God, dude, I want that. Yesterday was Easter. Like, I want to put whoever created that tweet in a tomb for 3 days. Like, leave it.
Well,
like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I don't even know who the guy is. It's just some guy with like a ton of followers. Like, die.
Yeah, I think I don't even think that he's like a baseball account. I think he was just a casual observer of what the Angels have going on right now. Like I'm sure that you watch pretty much every single Angels game. Where in terms of like the kick in the dick meter, 10 being the most excruciating pain, does each kick in the dick loss like that where Trout hits a home run, Ohtani hits a home run, and the Angels still lose, and then you have in the bottom half in extra innings, you have Trout and Ohtani at the plate with the bases loaded and you still lose in a 1-run game. Like, do you feel less, and Rendon, by the way, do you feel less pain over time or does it just hurt more and more? I don't understand.
No, it's turning me into like a pathetic piece of shit because now I'm rooting for them. So like, I find myself subconsciously like being like, please don't suck collectively.
Mm-hmm.
Like, right, everybody strike out 4 times.
You're turning into a Mets fan.
Of course. I think like opening night, like I was so drunk, but I knew in the back of my head, I'm like, no one's gotten a hit except Trout or Ohtani. And I was like, please don't let that be a thing. Like Urshela was out there playing like Derek Jeter. He had a cool play. Everybody's doing cool things and nobody has a hit except Trout or Ohtani. And then we lose. And then I'm just like, it didn't even hit me till I saw the tweet. I was like, oh, here come the Armo Doyle nerds. And like, it's just like, that's one of the things I hate about like in what other sport do they just create a dork and then like dorks get put on a platform for making like a dumb joke? Like no other sport has that.
No other sport has that. Where
like the Chargers, you don't hear the Chargers being like, you don't hear like Chargers fans, content creator people who don't even like the guy doesn't even do baseball content. What the fuck? Why are we talking about him? Why are we talking about his joke?
Why are you in his crosshairs is the better question, Max. That's how bad things have gotten. Is just general culture now understands that this is a shot that you can take and you can get hits on. Just fire the tungsten tweet.
I mean, no bullshit. I think he has a Baseball Reference page, right?
He does. Yeah. I want to say I could be wrong about this, but if you try to get tungsten arm O'Doyle on Baseball Reference, that it redirects you to Shohei's page.
What kind of bullshit is that? Like, how are we going to treat the best player of our, like, maybe our generation? I don't know. We got a couple of generations here. Like, I don't know how are we going to just allow that to happen? Like, that's just, nobody did that for, like, Michael Jordan.
I don't think that Michael Jordan won
Michael Jordan
was
winning 6 fucking championships, Max, and he was
aside from that, aside from that, yeah, no, I mean, this is a great way to start the week, though. Thank you guys. That's what I needed. No, yeah, I really don't want them to do anything good in a loss. You know what I mean?
So Max, I've been thinking about this. How do we refer to these losses? How do we categorize these losses? Because on the mound for exceptional performances, CG under 100 pitches, it's a Maddox, right? Like we know what that is. That performance separates itself from just a complete game. So what do we call the loss in which Shohei performs well, Trout performs well, but the Angels still lose? What is that? Is that a halo?
An Artie?
An Artie.
No, I really do think we should get a half win for those games.
Almost like in hockey.
Yeah, we get so we're right now we are 5-2-2.
I mean, how many? Yeah. There's almost. What do you think would mean more to the Angels fan base? A World Series title or a year that Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani won co-MVP in the American League?
Ooh. World Series title with Trout and Shohei?
No. So next year when they're both gone.
So with just Trout? Yeah, no, I really do think that when or if Shohei leaves, that it would be like the Padres when they went to the playoffs parade.
Yeah.
But in a riot form.
Right.
So I'm going to go with World Series because co-MVP, I feel like we'd still get made fun of for that somehow.
Definitely.
They don't even have a full one. So, yeah, I'm going World Series for sure.
Okay.
But, I mean, it's been a great week of Angels baseball aside from,
losing
the 2 ties that we had. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. No, other than that, it's been great. Hunter Renfroe, Anthony Rendon, Logan O'Hoppe, who I never see you tweet about. You stroke off every other catcher that strokes himself off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but our guy, you just leave him hanging.
No, so but the other thing too is Max will text me. It'd be like, yo, where's you didn't post about so and so, and I've already tweeted about it 20 or 30 seconds prior to that. You just gotta let me. You gotta let me do my thing.
No, but what's up with the rest? I mean, we're just making fun of the Angels. How about the Braves or the Red Sox? They're not good.
What do you mean? The Braves out of all the teams represented on this podcast, how are you leaving off the Oakland A's?
Whoa! Why are the Oakland A's?
Yeah, we have an AL West bond, bro. We don't shit on AL West teams.
Come on,
they're the worst. They're the worst team going.
Red Sox bad team.
You better check the schedule, Jared. We're coming.
Yeah, you're coming this weekend. I can't wait. Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, it's on Apple TV. But
yeah, we'll just have a mid off.
You got an extra ticket? You have an extra ticket?
Yeah, come on down.
Work.
All right. Thank you, Max.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, I just want to say, I was thinking about this the other day when I was drunk and high at Angel Stadium when that girl was flashing her tit, but nobody saw a nipple.
Yeah.
This podcast is great because all you guys cover a different portion of the baseball. You got the home run tweeting guy, you got the announcer, you got the baseball doesn't exist, and then you got chicken nugget guy who I think chicken nuggets are overrated. But no, for you guys do cover and in a field full of nerds, you guys are a breath of fresh air. So thank you.
Wow, thank you, Max. I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Max.
Bye, Max. What a guy. All right, we got to take a break and talk about Zyn nicotine pouches. We're always talking about what a team needs to get to number 1, but Zyn nicotine pouches are already there. Zyn has helped millions of people achieve a lasting change, earning the title of America's number 1 nicotine pouch. If you're a smoker or you're a dipper looking to make a change, look no further than Zyn. Zyn is made with 6 simple ingredients and is available in a wide range of varieties, including spearmint, citrus, and even coffee. And it's available in 2 strengths so you can control your nicotine satisfaction. Because it's discreet, you can enjoy it anywhere, anytime, so you never have to miss a moment of the game. Plus, every can of Zyn earns you points towards premium items like tailgating gear, top-of-the-line tech, Zyn swag, even gift cards. Find your Zyn at your local convenience store or online at Zyn.com. That's Zyn, ZYN.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Speaking of the Nugget guy, we have another Baines Meter.
Oh, God, yes, we do.
Yeah, we do. And this is something that I thought caught fire on Twitter, and we were going to have to wait a while for the next one. But lo and behold, we don't have to wait any longer, Jayhay.
Wait,
We
not
really don't.
one moment longer,
No.
because it's the second edition of the Baines Meter here on Baseball is Dead. Congratulations to Starling Marte.
Wow.
New York Mets outfielder joins Jason Hayward on the list, who we celebrated last week, passing the Baines line over the weekend. The two-time All-Star passes the line just 10 games into his 12th Major League season. By B-War, if you look at Starling Marte and Harold Baines in their careers, the 4 best seasons that either one of them had belong to Starling Marte. That's despite Marte playing in fewer than half as many games as Harold Baines in his career. So who knows where Starling could end up on this all-time list. But I don't want listeners to get too spoiled with the Baines Meter, because as Jared alluded to, we had one last week. We start off this week with an absolute bang. Starling Marte passing the Baines line. We could go another month now before we have another entry. So really soak this one in. Congratulations to Starling Marte. What an achievement. Wow. Only 1,262 games played. Harold Baines, to remind everybody, played 2,830 games. You know what's crazy about this too is, as we dig into the numbers here on Marte versus Baines, and then I'll turn it over to you guys. Obviously, one of these guys was a bat-only player, Harold Baines, and the other one is, as a 2-time Gold Glover in Starling Marte. But you look at their adjusted OPS, and Harold Baines is 121, and Starling Marte is 118. So they are essentially the same quality of offensive player. Only one of these people played Gold Glove caliber defense in the outfield, and the other one sat on the bench and watched that portion of the proceedings. Wow. Yeah. Great second entry. What do you guys think? Starling Marte.
Starling Marte was the best, the very, very best midseason acquisition in baseball. What was that? 2 years ago?
2021? No.
Yes. Yeah.
Was Jesus Luzardo trade?
21.
Yeah, it was halfway. Yeah, it was 21.
Yeah. 21.
And you pissed and moaned about it. You said he sucked.
Because I didn't want Luzardo go, and Luzardo's just fucking blowing hundos now. Well, I mean, he was then, but he was the best baseball player like on planet Earth. But it wasn't even close that he was the best performing midseason acquisition in baseball that year. Hit for power, played ridiculous defense, stole a gajillion bases. Like, it was super fun to watch. Very fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. Jayhay, thank you for that.
You're so welcome. And I'm not going to tease too much, but I want to say that the names that we have coming up, and again, it's not going to be for a little bit, but sometime this season, could be 3 weeks, could be a month, month and a half. The names are just going to be the numbers they could be doing are, I don't even want to think about it. Could be 1,000 likes, 2,000 likes. Who knows?
Just keep me in the loop. I like being surprised. I like being spoiled. So I don't look to see who's coming up. I want to find out on the podcast while you're doing it. So,
well, I have to say, I appreciate everybody who reached out since we recorded the first Baines Meter. I I've been overwhelmed with the positive feedback, saying that it's their favorite thing. It's what they get up for in the morning now. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just really happy that it's been embraced, and I'm sure that Harold also is happy about it.
Yeah.
Oh, ecstatic.
It's like a comet. You don't know when it's coming. It's a special occasion. But when you see it, everyone just looks up at it and they go, ooh.
The Baines Meter.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Burning brightly.
Sure is. All right. Did we miss anything? Is there anything that people are going to be mad about that we didn't talk about?
Can I ask Joey a question?
Mm-hmm. Please.
So he and I were both in on the Ronald Acuna bounce back season, MVP, NL MVP. And I was looking at the stats, and like there are some things that are super encouraging, like his exit velocity and such stuff that was intact last season. Are you at all concerned about the fact that his ground ball rate is both very close to what it was last year, and which it's 48.6%, which would be a career high. It was 47.7 last year, and it was below 40% in each season from 19 to 21 when he was the Acuna that we know. Like, is that troubling to you?
Well, if you thought that I was ever the type of guy to look at someone's ground ball rate, I think you're totally off base. I didn't know that was.
You're watching the games, though.
I am watching the games. The thing I'll say about that is that he beats out a lot of ground balls, so that's a positive. That's my twist. The guy fucking beats out like a ground ball one every 3 days. So hey, maybe that helps. I don't know. But yeah, that can't be good if you want him to hit 40 home runs. But am I actually worried? Fuck no.
Right.
Fuck no.
Fuck.
That's reassuring.
I do want to mention that when I did go out on that limb and identify Jordan Walker as the NL Rookie of the Year.
Oh my God.
As of right now, he has tied one Theodore ball game for the most or the longest active streak to start a career, the longest active hit streak to start a career. A knock in his first 9 games ties Jordan Walker with Ted Williams. He is now 3 games away from tying the great, you know him, you love him, Eddie Murphy, who set the record at 12 back in 12, not 2012, but 1912.
Okay. I would like to give a special shout out to the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Heyo.
Taking 3 out of 4 from the Dodgers over the weekend, and not just taking 3 out of 4. Their last 2 games, Saturday and Sunday, combined to score 23 runs against the Dodgers. I did, however, want to give a special shout out on the Dodgers side to James Outman, who has played in all 10 games so far. He's hitting .296 with a 1235 OPS to start his big league career.
There were some dust
4 games at the big league level last year, though. But he, in his 4 big league games last year, hit .462 with a 1409 OPS. So in total, in 14 big league games, he's hitting .350 with a 1290 OPS, because this shit is easy.
We also got to mention, have to do it, the the Chattanooga Lookouts?
What, the no-hitter when they lost?
Yeah, the AA team that threw a no-hitter and lost.
Yeah.
Because of the just most ridiculous, worst, vile pitched inning ever on a baseball diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Bad. I'm trying to look at the tweet. I tweeted it yesterday. I quote tweeted the actual result, like the inning. Here it is. Yeah. All 7 runs came in the same inning. 5 walks, 4 hit batsmen, an error, and a wild pitch. That is insane. That is insane. Chattanooga would lose that game 7-5. There was also a game, a doubleheader, in which a team in the first game, believe this or not, scored 31 runs. 31 runs in game one of this doubleheader. And they would follow that game up by scoring 31 more runs in the second game of that doubleheader. Have yourself a fucking weekend.
Joseph?
My final thoughts. I hope everyone had a great weekend and happy Easter.
Wow.
Powerful. Jayhay?
One thing about the base stealing, I did want to touch on that really fast. We're up over 81% success rate this season, entering play on Monday. The previous high is 75.7 in any league-wide season. We're also looking like we could have 5 guys make a run of 50-plus stolen bases this year, which would be kind of cool. We have not had that in 15 years.
That would be so awesome. I mean, it's just so cool to think about the game going back to a time where a player like anywhere even remotely close to Ricky Henderson could emerge. You know? It's just fun to think about that because there's plenty of guys who have that skill set and for whatever reason just haven't used that aspect of their game. Like, think about what we've watched with Mike Trout. He's become so valuable to his team offensively that they have shut him down from running. They have shut him down from diving in the outfield, right, to the point where they position him deeper, right? Like, so he very well could have been one of those guys to have that be a major part of his game, and it's not, and he still is what he is. But again, to a lesser degree, like, who knows what Bobby Witt turns into?
Yeah.
Would love to see the power speed combo. Ronnie, continue to give that guy the fucking green light. 40-40, 2-3 years in a row. Fucking give me all of that.
I was looking at the sprint speed leaderboard this morning too, and it's like Witt, Corbin, Carroll, and then 5 is Julio. And it's just like tantalizing to think about the full packages that each of those 3 possesses.
Yeah, if they utilize the whole skill set, like use the whole toolbox, man. Like what they would look like. Holy shit.
Well, I'm going to go sit on my couch and wait for an update on Adam Duvall that I've been waiting for the last, 18 hours.
He could be dead. I don't want to say it, but he might be dead.
Well, in the event that he's not dead, I hope he's in the lineup tonight.
Could be. I mean, that's still on the table, no?
Yeah.
Jake, we got a lineup? No?
Not yet.
No lineup.
Oh. All right. Well, if you're in Birdland out here in Baltimore, come holler at your boy.
Yeah, come see Dallas. Give him a hug.
That's it. I'm here. Here for the hugs. Here for the hugs.
As always, during the season, I can't even say as always. This is the first season that we're doing 3 episodes a week, but we will be back for our Wednesday episode. And then you get a Thursday episode. But we hope to deliver the meat on Monday. #meat Monday. But we'll be back on Wednesday. And I told you, Dallas, I hunted him down. I got Eduardo Perez's cell phone number. I want him on the podcast. I got to go through the proper channels at ESPN.
No, you don't. Why don't you just tell me to call him and ask him?
I have his fucking number. I just said we talked on the phone like last week. But like ESPN is very like, ask us. And I know who it is. And like, we're friends. So it's not like, I don't have to go through like a Stifler to get ESPN personalities on. It's someone that's a friend. It's an ally. It's a friend of the program. So we're good. That means we can get Passan on, Eduardo, Ravi, the whole gang.
Hey, Rod.
Tell Cafardo to clean it up and let's go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'd like
push those papers. Clear the flow. Let's go.
Yeah. I've never met Buster. I feel like we would not get along.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Well, we had that beef in 2018. He probably has no idea who I am, but I remember like calling him out in 2018 because he did like a power rankings and didn't even have the Red Sox on it, and they were like had like a 700 winning percentage that summer.
But Buster's not a bad dude, man.
I'm not saying he's a bad dude. I'm just saying
Buster's out in Montana, but I think Buster is in the phase of his life where he's post making friends, new friends.
Yeah. He's probably not looking to add you to the Christmas card list, but
no. I don't think anybody here is on the Christmas card list, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't know that I'm his cup of tea is all.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's
That's okay. That's fine.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're not always going to be for everybody.
And I understand that. I'm not for a lot of people. Oh, by the way, this is your fucking fault, Dallas.
I didn't do this.
Yes, you did. This is my final thought in addition to the Dodgers D-backs thought. So the other night, the Bruins tied the record. They beat the record last night, but I think it was Saturday night. They tied the record for wins in a season.
This is fucking hockey. How do I have anything to do with this?
Wait for it. So I tweet out, I'm even more excited that for Christmas, I gave my adopted sister a IOU for Bruins playoff tickets under the caveat that she has to take me to the game. A ton of replies are like, man, that's fucked up. Like, why'd you have to put in there that she's adopted? Like, you're making her feel less than. Like, this is pretty like, I'm a fan, but like, I don't even know if I like you anymore because you just called out the fact that your sister's adopted. The only reason, and like, there was like this cocksucker that was coming up saying that I was being weird for saying that she was adopted. I was like, first of all, I think it's weird if you don't have the relationship with your sibling where you can't call them adopted on a public platform. Like, what brother and sister don't say shit like that to each other if they're on good terms? Like, if you have a good relationship with your sibling, you say that motherfucker's adopted. Like, that's sibling 101. Like that. So fuck you for even getting in here. The only reason why I have to say that she's adopted is so that people don't try and find her. Because they're the weirdos, not me for saying that she's adopted. I have to throw the scent off the trail so that motherfuckers don't try and find my family members. That's why I fucking say that she's adopted. So I had to. So
how does that become like?
Because
how is
you perpetuate this movement of trying to involve my family in storylines regarding social media content. That is your fault. If it weren't for people like you trying to draw attention to my family, I wouldn't have to say that my sister's adopted. And because I said that she's adopted, now I got people on Twitter calling me a monster because I'm trying to protect my family.
So I make friends and I'm cordial with, and I develop a very, very close and loving relationship with @Ellen Carrabis and your sister, and you make that a
my sister.
And
she's adopted,
and because like all I do is I love my friends and I will flaunt my friends and my friendships, and so on days that I'm excited just to have them in my life, I post pictures and. So it's not perpetuate. They're not storylines, Jared.
Yeah.
For me, they're family.
Right.
And I hate that you would even categorize our relationships as such.
Well, now I don't mind it as much. It was really just the audience at the other place. It's like basically Dave's audience, just a bunch of fucking scumbag assholes. So anytime that Dallas would say things about my family, you would get people that don't even listen to the show just fucking attack. But now it's like, now we're in, like, it's just our audience, and like they're good people, so they can make tongue-in-cheek comments about my family. I don't mind that. If you're actually consuming the product and you're a fan, then that's fine. It was the other people like that just like don't like us Like I was like, no, don't talk about that. But yeah, no, I just wanted to let you know that people attacked me for calling my sister adopted when she is my biological sister. Like a lot of people.
Sounds like you're pinned at all angles at this point, man.
Yeah.
You're like, this really makes me sad. Why point out that she's adopted, bro? Like that, this really hurts me deep.
Well, I know the relationship's not going to suffer.
No. It was literally the entire topic of Easter dinner was like all the fucking idiots that were replying to that tweet.
And Jared, and you know this about me.
Mm-hmm.
If you needed, you just say it, and I'll have no problem logging on and
stop it.
Making sure that
No.
all questions are answered and taken care of.
We gotta go. We're up against the clock. All right. Thanks for listening.
Oh.
And we'll see you on Wednesday.
We go.